Hello students, welcome to today's class of English. Dear students, today we will know about parts of speech. As you can see, there are commonly 8 parts of speech in English. Noun, pronoun, verb, adverb, adjective, preposition, conjunction and interjection. You have already gone through most of these parts of speech, and according to the modern grammar, determiners are also coming in this category. We will know about determiners in our further classes. Students, you must be remembering that we have already done pronoun. I started teaching English grammar and this online teaching with pronoun. On request of some of our students, I am going to start teaching grammar from the beginning. So we will start today with the topic noun, which is the first part of speech. All of you know about noun very well. So today's class will be just, you can say that it's a revision, because you are studying about noun from your childhood. Since your childhood you are knowing all the kinds and various kinds of nouns in your class, in your school. So it is nouns. You all know the definition of nouns. A noun is the name of a person, place, animal or thing. So a person's or a place or an animal or a thing's name is considered as noun. The examples are Sam, Ranchi, dog, pen, etc. are nouns. Sam is the name of a person, Ranchi is name of a place, dog is the name of an animal and pen is a thing. So these are the nouns. Today we will know about the kinds of nouns. Although you know it very well, but still we will do it from the beginning. In general, you might have seen in different books, in various books there are different kinds of nouns given, but in general there are 6 kinds of nouns. You can speak along with me because you know it very well. Number 1 is proper noun. Number 2 is common noun. Number 3 is collective noun. Number 4 is material noun. These 4 kinds of nouns you have already done in your junior classes. Proper noun, by proper noun we consider the name, the special name of a particular person, place, animal or thing. So generally in proper noun we used to take a special name. Suppose Sam is a boy, So Sam is the We have already written Sam or Ram or Ravi or Geeta or Sita. So the name, the word which is written with a capital letter like Sam, Sam is a proper noun because Sam is the name of a particular boy. Similarly, Delhi. Delhi is the name of a place, particular name of a place. Similarly, an animal also, dog is an animal, cow is an animal, but dog is the particular name of that animal, or cow is the particular name of an animal. So proper noun means the proper name, as the name suggests, the proper name of a particular thing, animal, person. Next is common noun. Common noun means it is the general name of a particular thing. Suppose we were talking about Sam or Ravi is the special name. So Sam or Radha is the name of a, Sam is the name of a boy, Radha is the name of a girl, Delhi is the name of a place. So in that case, boy, girl, place, these are common nouns. Now we come to collective noun. The collective noun denotes a group of individuals. Like when we talk about a group, suppose when we say bees, you know bees, insects which gives us honey, honey bees. So when we say bees are buzzing, bees are buzzing means in a group the bees are buzzing. But when we say the collective noun for bees are swarm of bees, we call swarm of bees. But the moment we write the word swarm, we will write a swarm of bees is buzzing. It becomes a singular in that case. There are many examples like that. We say the students are shouting. But when we say the class, means the class is the collection of a group of students, the class is shouting. The class also comes in the category of collective noun. There are many such examples. We will do all those examples in our next classes. We have material noun in our next number. Material nouns are the substances by which things are made. Like we know gold, we know cotton, we know iron, or iron also we say. Gold, cotton and iron are substances by which other things are made. With gold, ornaments are made, jewelries are made. With cotton, many things are made, toys are made, quilts are made, blankets are made. And with iron, various kinds of things, hammer, nowadays beds are also made of iron. So many household things are made with iron. So these are material nouns. We have some more kinds of nouns. The fifth type or fifth kind of noun is abstract noun. Students, when we write the definition of noun, we used to write the noun is the name of a person, place, animal or thing. So all these things we can see or touch, whatever the names I have taken, like a boy or a girl or a dog or a pen, all the places we cannot touch, but house, school, buildings we can touch. But there is a kind of noun which by which ideas, concepts or feelings are we explain or we show our feelings or we show our ideas or concept by abstract noun. So the kinds of abstract nouns are beauty, bravery, intelligence, etc. Dear students, beauty we cannot touch, or bravery we cannot touch, or intelligence, all these three things, three are not things, but these are qualities of a person. Beauty we can see when we see a person, a girl or a boy, by the looks we can understand that beauty is there. Or bravery, by the act of somebody's heroic act, or some very bold act, we see the person is brave. Or intelligence, by the presence of good presence of mind, or IQ level, or various other things, we can understand the person is intelligent. So these are abstract nouns which are different from other kinds of nouns. The next kind, number 6, is concrete noun. This kind of noun is different from abstract noun. In this kind of noun, a thing which we can touch, see, hear, smell, or taste will, the things will come in this category. Anything in this world, anything which is in our surrounding, which we can see around us, can come in this category, like dog, ball, ice cream, phone, chair, table, a person, anything like dog, toy, man, chocolate. We can identify them by using our 6 senses. Dear students, these were the kind of nouns which are generally taught or generally known by people. There are some more kinds of nouns. Further, when we learn about a noun or its kinds, other than these 6 kinds, we have compound nouns. We have compound nouns. These nouns are made of 2 or more nouns or 2 or more words to create a separate word or separate noun, like foot and ball is football. When we talk about foot and ball separately, both foot and ball give separate meaning, and when they are added, it becomes a football, a ball which plays with foot. Similarly, sun and set. Sun and set both are having separate meaning, and together they become sunset. Ice and cream together make ice cream. So, dear children, these are compound nouns which are made by 2 separate words. 2 separate meaningful words create another meaningful word. We have countable nouns and uncountable nouns. Countable nouns, as the name suggests, that the words come in this category which we can count, and uncountable nouns we cannot count. In countable nouns, person, things comes which we can count, like boy, man, pen, pencil, coins, etc. In uncountable noun, those things come which we cannot count, like rice, we cannot count, salt, it is difficult to count, sugar, stars, hair, etc. So these are countable nouns and uncountable nouns. I hope you have understood, students, countable and uncountable nouns. When we learn more about nouns, we get singular and plural nouns. Singular and plural nouns also you are very much aware of. In singular nouns, any one we talk about. Suppose one boy, one girl, one pen, one pencil, one potato, one tomato. So when we talk about any one person, one thing, it is singular. Like man, boy, cow, potato, child, tooth, etc. Man, we talk about one man, boy, cow, potato, child, tooth. We talk about one. So tooth, etc. comes in the category of singular noun. When we talk about the plural of the same nouns, it is men, boys, cows, potatoes, children, teeth, etc. We also have genders as nouns. Genders, noun, gender. Singular and plurals were numbers. Now we have genders. Masculine gender, and feminine gender. There are two genders, masculine and feminine. By masculine gender, we refer to the person or animals of male category of males, and in feminine gender we express the genders of the nouns which are females. So, for example, the masculine genders are man, dog, boy, father, and feminine of man is woman, dog is bitch, boy is girl, father is mother. Students, I hope you have understood all the things which we have done today. We have done 8 parts of speeches, that is, those are noun, pronoun, verb, adverb, adjective, preposition, conjunction, interjection, and I have told that according to modern grammar determiners are also there. Then we have discussed about the kinds of nouns in general. We have proper nouns, common nouns, collective nouns, material nouns, abstract nouns, and concrete nouns. We have learned that in proper noun we talk about the special name of a particular thing. In common noun we talk about general name of things. In collective noun we talked about the group name of individuals. In material noun we have learnt about the substances by which things are made. Abstract nouns define ideas, concepts and feelings. Concrete nouns are all the things which are there in our surrounding by which we can know by touching, seeing, hearing, smelling or tasting. Then we have talked about compound nouns which are made of 2 or more words and they create new words. We have learnt about countable and uncountable nouns. Countable which we can count, uncountables which we cannot count. We have talked about singular and plural forms of nouns, numbers, singular number and plural number, and one and more. You have learnt like one and more. Then we have talked about the genders, noun genders, that is masculine gender and feminine gender, the nouns which come in the category of males and which comes in the category of females. I hope you have understood it very well. I am giving you some homework here, kindly note it down. Write 10 countable and 10 uncountable nouns make sentence with first 5 words of each using correct meaning and spellings. Dear students, I hope you'll be able to do that, and I hope whatever I have taught you today you might have understood. If you have any kind of problem, please ask us through Campus Care. We are always there for your help. Please cooperate us during this hard time, and kindly study at home, utilize your time, and take care of your health, take care of your elders. Thank you. Have a nice day.